Okay, so right now we are going to go into the keyword testing portion of this. All right, and this all starts with pulling four different reports. So the reports we're going to be pulling are going to be your search term reports, your 60-day one, the detail page, child ACE 7-day, 30-day, and 60-day reports. I'm going to pull each of those off of Amazon real fast and show you how you would import them. So if you go to reports and you go to advertising reports, you're going to click on search term report. You can request the report. This would show, I have mine scheduled weekly. You can get a fresh one. This one's just showing the last 60 days. So you download that report and then you would click on that report, hit Control or Command A, depending where you have Apple or Mac, copy that, and then you're going to go back to the spreadsheet, and in your 60-day search terms, you're going to go into cell A1 and then paste, right? So that's the first report that you're going to take in. So the next ones are going to be in business reports, and you want to go to detail page, sales and traffic by child item. And so right now what we have are the dates set. This is set already to 30-day reports from the June 26th to May 26th. So you're going to download this report, right? Once it's downloaded, again, select everything, copy it, and then you're going to go into the 30-day reports, go to cell A1 and paste, all right? All right, so then we're going to go back to Chrome. I'm going to import the 60-day reports, or approximately 60 days. It might not be an exact 60 days, but all right. So then we're going to take this information and import it. And normally what I would recommend doing is deleting all this information and then pasting it. I've just been overwriting it because it's the same information. I updated this today. And then you're just going to close out of that. And then last but not least, you are going to pull out the 7-day report, right? Okay, and copy, and then the 7-day report, paste. All right, so you have all that now. And why is this important? All right, so let's go to our keyword testing spreadsheet. And this is pulling information from our 60-day search term report and from our detail page ASIN reports. So a few things you have to do on here. One, for any product that you're currently testing, any listing, you have to manually put in the ASIN number right here. So the ASIN, you need to manually input. If you see the red column head with the yellow column, then it probably means you need to manually input the data here. So put the ASIN in, and the other thing you're going to want to do is go and manually look at your campaign and put the campaign name and the ad group name. So if I am looking at my campaign manager, again, if I am looking at Rompers Red Manual. So Rayasun Rompers went in campaign name, and Red Manual was the ad group, so that went in there. And the ASIN is right here, so I can copy that from there, or I could copy that from my Manage Inventory page, put that in right there. This has a formula that will populate the name, the total sessions, units ordered, unit session percentage. So once you've got that, this little box right here is a drop down that allows you to change the data that you're looking at based on 7, 30, and 60 days. So if I change this to 60 day, this data changes. If I change it to 7-day, this data changes. The only thing is that when you pull data from different reports, if you, for instance, this product here, I have it in my 60-day report, but I don't have it in my 7-day report. So it varies. Sometimes you have an ASIN that is in one report and not in another, so sometimes you may get a blank there. Anyways, so all right, you've got this information here, and you've got your 730 day. We'll stick with 30-day. Now let's go to the table right here. We have product ideas, which populate based on you pretty much aligning your keywords to product ideas back in the research spreadsheet. So if beach romper is under romper, then in this table, then it will be aligned with your product idea. You have the keyword here, and this is getting pulled from your 6-day search terms report. It is pulling the keyword. It's also going to pull this customer search term, and here's the difference. The keyword is what you put out for. The customer search term is what the person searched. If you're doing exact keywords, they're going to mostly be the same, minus that with exact search terms, plurals. If my keyword is serving trays and someone typed in serving tray, then it still comes up under keyword. But if you're doing broad search terms or phrase search terms, this is also helpful. It's going to show you also the product name, right? So that, if the search term in serving trays, if your product idea, right? Excuse me, and this pulls based off the campaign and an ad group name. So your product name is getting pulled up here because under the campaign serving platters with ad group serving platters, I put my ASIN number here, and that populated the product name here, right? So now you have your day of first impressions and day of last impressions of your campaign. So this campaign started on the 1st of June, ended on the 10th of June. There's the total impressions from those days, the total clicks from those days, the click-through ratio from those days, total spend and average CPC, ACOS, orders placed within 1 week of click, and product sales within 1 week of click, conversion rate. All right, so let's just go, now that we've got that, let's go into some of the interesting variables here. First is estimated impressions, 7, 30, and 60 days. So what this is doing is it's taking your impressions, getting a daily average of them, and then multiplying that by 7, 30, or 60. It's going to change when you change this column here. So notice that this right now is 33750, and if we change it to 7-day, that's going to go to 7875. It gets the average by just multiplying the impressions by the difference, or dividing the impressions by the difference between first day and last day impressions. Same with the estimated clicks. So we have these clicks are going to vary based on whether, and it pulls these clicks using the same formula based on whether you have this set to 7-day, 30-day, or 60-day, right? So that's just kind of gives you an idea of that. The click-through ratio and total spend won't change, and the average CPC are not going to change. A lot of these aren't going to change, right? But you have these ideas of kind of like ways that you can get projections on what's to come next, right? So, all right, next up we have estimated units sold, PPI, and this changes based on the 730 60-day box as well. This is created using the PPI method in a different spreadsheet about analyzing the cost per click and impressions and pulling a estimated number of sales through that. So it's not 100% accurate for everybody. It was, again, it uses the same exact formula that they used in the PPI spreadsheet. I just took that and then condensed it into one column. But I mean, it could be helpful for you if you're using if you heavily rely on the PPI formulas. I think it can be useful based on impressions and clicks and stuff like that. And so, I mean, it's definitely worth taking a look at and getting an estimate there. All right, so here we have general verified keyword lead and custom verified keyword lead. So what is a verified keyword lead. And this is where we're going to now go back to our initial sheet. And this is where these product idea settings come in handy. So the max CPC and min CPC show what we're willing to go up to and what we're not willing to go over and what we're not willing to go under. So I have my max CPC set to 70 cents and the min CPC set to 0. So basically, anything under 70 cents is going to be a verified product, right? So if the CPC of a search term is 75 cents, 71 cents, it's not going to show up as a verified keyword lead. If it shows add customer search term, that just means that because this is using the customer search term, it means you need to add this customer search term into your keyword research spreadsheet under the same product idea that you were initially doing. So if the product idea was serving trays, serving tray needs to get put in the keyword research spreadsheet and then put serving trays or whatever the product idea was, under product idea. But these two need to line up horizontally. So now, right, our customer verified search term. So getting back to it, right? The max CPC and the min CPC play into whether a product will be a verified search term. So if you're trying to keep your cost per click under 60 cents, then anything that shows an average cost per click of over 60 cents will be disqualified from the verified search term. If you set your max product scoring based on this scoring system here to 5 and your minimum is set to 4, right? And again, this is based on low barrier of entry versus volume, but anything that shows up on the keyword research spreadsheet as underneath a 4 in whichever column it's being scored off of, whether high traffic or low barrier of entry, will not show up as a verified keyword lead, right? And so we have two, and so the general verified keyword lead is going off of this table right here, and then we have a custom keyword verified keyword lead. So here's the difference. This is kind of your general setting. This is, if you don't do anything else, all products will fall under this setting. Now we have the custom settings for individual products. And this is helpful because everyone's running their business differently and everyone's products are different. Some people have had products on the market gaining traction for a while. Their products have reviews and they're looking for high volume search terms. They don't care about the barrier of entry because they can compete. So then you can put a custom, and this is going to line up with your product idea. You can put a custom max cost per click. So let's just say I've had chalk bags on the market and I have a product that's really catching sales traction, getting reviews. I can put my cost per click up to 120. My minimum cost per click is still down, and then my max scoring based on, let's say I want this to score on high volume, I could put my max scoring as 5 and my minimum scoring as 3. And the minimum of verified keywords doesn't matter as much. This is more so that this box right here turns green. So if this finds 3 keywords and this minimum is set at 4, then it's not going to highlight green like this. But if this is set at 3 and there's 3 here, it would highlight. So a good example is this is a 2 because there are 2 verified keyword leads. But if I set this to a 3, that doesn't highlight. If I set it back to a 2, highlights. Right? So that's and the general minimum of verified keywords I have set to 2. So anyways, things to remember. If not all 4 of these boxes are filled out, then your criteria is going to revert back to the general. So if you want to have a custom keyword scoring, then it's important to have all 4 boxes filled. Anyways, let's go on to the next video. I'm out of time.